that? Hey, there you guys are. What's happening? Are you having any fun yet? Are you having any fun yet? Huh? Huh? I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun. I can't even begin to describe it. Okay, so we are back here again tonight, and this is my YouTube page, Mox News, and this is your Wake and Bake News at 7 p.m. I'm your host, Moxie, and we have Seattle in the house this evening, we have Portland in the house, we have Austin in the house, we have Chicago, Illinois in the house, we have Denver in the house, we have Milwaukee in the house, we have Los Angeles in the house, and we have Wichita, Kansas in his house. Oh, and Austin. You all are rocking it in the free world, so you know. Okay, and I have many videos for you. I have many videos, including ramping up testing for black people. Yes, because we have to test all those blacks. We got to do it right away. Test them now. Ramping up testing. That's a direct quote from the video. Don't get me wrong. That's a direct quote from the video. That's the goal in Washington State, is to ramp up testing for black people. Which I thought was kind of a strange headline. But that's exactly the way the video starts off. So I'll play that for you momentarily. Let's see, what do we have here? We have Friday evening. It's Friday, which means it's Dabs for Donations Friday. All this week we've been trying to get $10 a day in donations. And we made it all the way until yesterday when we didn't get any donations. So I was like, yes, we're on a roll. And then we didn't get any donations. I was like, oh, we didn't make our $10 a day this week. So sad. But if anybody wants to, they can certainly help to make it, a good evening. It's Dabs for Donations. So if you do a donation, I will be happy to do a dab in your own. I have a lovely one lined up right here, ready to go. She's ready to jump right into my lungs just as soon, and I'm ready to do it in your honor for a small contribution to Mox News. Because Mox News survives solely on contributions from good people like yourself. And in fact, if it were not for good people like you, Mox News would no longer be on the air. So, that's the facts, Jack. Let's see, and Craig has some new drone video. Is it drone flying? Is that the one, drone flying? Craig has new drone flying video. Is it drone mix or drone flying? Which one is it? So we have new drone flying video. I think, which one's that? Oh no, okay, that's the old one. Okay, so drone flying video. There's Craig and Sam and the drone. The murder hornets following him. And there's Boo Bear and Sammy up on the right-hand side there on the screen. What beautiful babies they are. They just want to say hi to everybody because they're such beautiful babies. So Craig has that going. We can come back to that anytime, or we can just do that the whole time if you guys want, and I can keep an eye on the. We can just do drone flying, and I can keep an eye on the protest, or we can do protest. Either way. What a lovely day. What a lovely day. Tomorrow we're going to the mountains. We're going to a mountain lake. Craig is going to use his drone to film Sam kayaking. Awesome, right? His mom is going to love that video. I'm like, oh, we got to film you kayaking. Your mom will love it. She is a very sweet lady. Let's see. So, we got this going on. We got drones going on. We got it going on. We got it going on. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful... And I'd really like to have a dab, so if anybody wants to kick down a quick donation, I'd love to do a dab in your honor. There are clickable links in the description box of this video. Or you can go to moxnews.com to give something back, put a little something in my bowl, get down some pizza money. Or there's clickable links in the chat room, which I'm putting there now. So just to make it as easy as possible, I wish we had the super chat. I'm sure we'd reach our $10 goal every day. But unfortunately, YouTube doesn't want me to be... YouTube doesn't want Mox News to be, you know. And eventually they will make that... I mean, they've really already made that as clear as they possibly could. But eventually they will make it... they will make it the way things are. But for now, I'm still here. I'm still here, YouTube. What you gonna do about it, huh? Still fucking here. You keep trying. Strike me down. Watch me come back 10 times stronger. Having more subscribers than ever before. Alright. No super chat. They won't let me do super chat. YouTube hates Mox News. If I could do super chat, I would make my $10 goal, my $10 nightly goal of contributions easily. Easily. No problemo, dude. We would soar through that. But because you have to click a link and you have to jump through a hoop over there and say, yes, this is who I am. Takes an extra 30 seconds. I'm not making my goal. I didn't make my goal last night of $10 per day, per show, in contributions, which would be super nice if anybody cares. Little pizza money means a lot. Little pizza money means a lot. Alright, so what other videos we have? We have Michael Brown's killer cop, murderer of Michael Brown, will not be facing a trial in court, will not be charged with anything. There's a new investigation into Michael Brown's murder, and they found that the cop did nothing wrong, even though he moved evidence and did lots of other things. We have that video. We have video about murder hornets. Murder hornets captured in Seattle, in the greater Seattle area. Because they're gonna murder us all. They're coming for... If they're in Seattle, that means they're everywhere. They're coming for you. Let's see. And last night in Portland, there was no tear gas for the first time in weeks and weeks, which I find a beautiful thing because, you know, invading Gestapo stormtroopers, flooding your city with tear gas on a nightly basis is pretty fucking disgusting. And I love the fact that the protesters, the people of Portland, drove the invading Gestapo stormtroopers out of their city. Anybody who sees it any other way is completely full of shit. And last night, no tear gas, no pepper spray, okay? For the first time in weeks. And that's a pretty big difference in your city. It wasn't no protesters. There was protesters everywhere. There was just simply no Gestapo stormtroopers to brutalize them the way they love to do. And the city, I've pointed out again and again that these people are launching tear gas and people are driving through it. They're flooding the streets of Portland with tear gas. Last night, the first time in many weeks that it hasn't been that way. And I'm pretty sure the people of Portland are extremely grateful that the goddamn Gestapo stormtroopers are no longer there. Because they don't belong there, they never did, and they got shoved the fuck out with their tail between their legs, just as I said they would. Didn't they? Ha! Fuck the police. 420. Hey, Pete. $10. The goal is $10, Pete. All right, I gotta get. It's 420 time. Pete sent in a donation of 420. I gotta get Pete a donation. We're trying to get this. We're trying to get to $10. So if anybody wants to kick down another $6, that would be very, very generous of you. And actually, I need another $5 on top of it, and then we average $10 for the week per night, which would be cool. But this one's for Pete. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, here, I'll play a video. I'll play a Murder Hornets video. The Murder Hornets are coming for you. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Murder Hornets. Where's the Murder Hornets? Murder Hornets. Number 5. Murder Hornets. And this was top of the news at noon. This is the very first story on the news at noon. Breaking.
Breaking as we come on the air, scientists say they've trapped their first Asian giant hornet in our state. In the last hour, the Department of Agriculture released these new pictures showing the hornet. They found it in a trap set near Birch Bay in Whatcom County about 2 weeks ago, but lab tests just confirmed it. Scientists say this is the first hornet they've found in a trap instead of in the environment. Experts say the finding is encouraging because it means their traps work, but it's also concerning as well.
This detection, unfortunately, means that we did get a nest that was able to establish somewhere there in the Birch Bay area.
Scientists say they're going to use specialized traps in the area where they found the most recent hornet with the goal of finding their nest. They hope to find and destroy that nest by mid-September before the colony can reproduce queens and more hornets.
So don't forget the Murder Hornets are out there and they will get you. And they're coming for your kids too. And they're murderers. They murder. That's what they do. It's in the title right there. Aren't you people paying attention? They're murder hornets. It's what they do. They're coming for you. Alright, so we got a dab set up for Pete. It's Dabs for Donation Friday. Pete is the first one to kick down. We're trying to reach $10. We got $4.20 from Pete. Woohoo! Thanks, Pete. We have this lovely dab for Pete. Can you sparkle for me? Can you sparkle? It's a good one, trust me. Alright, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Here we go. Nice one. Good one, Pete. Thanks, Pete. Oh, man. Okay. That person carrying a cross. Let's see. I can see him thunk a cop with that. You think that's a nightstick? I got a nightstick. That's not a nightstick. This is a nightstick. Alright, let's see. Should we play another video? Uh-oh. fire trucks in Chicago. Let's see. Should we play another video? Is that what we need to do? Murder hornets. Where's the murder hornet? Murder hornets. I have a video about marijuana being the cure for marijuana abuse. Did you guys see this? Did you see this?
A new study suggests using CBD could help people who abuse marijuana. Researchers monitored a few dozen people who have cannabis use disorder. That's when marijuana impairs their psychological, physical, or social functioning. Scientists found giving those patients CBD could possibly reduce the patient's pot use. The team says they used medical-grade CBD that was safe, and they saw no serious adverse effects during the study.
All right, murder hornets. The murder hornets are going to get you. So the cure for cannabis abuse is cannabis. In case anybody's wondering, this is the key. This is what I keep telling you. It's the answer to everything. Duh. How much more obvious could it be? The cure for cannabis abuse is cannabis. Duh. It's the perfect thing. You people. Okay, so if anybody wants to call, the number's right there on the fucking screen. It's 805-669-6397. And you can call anytime you like, or not. I don't really give a fuck. I'm going to play some more videos, though, if we don't get a call, so you know. Okay, so Seattle's rocking it still. I'm going to go back to the drone video. Everything's chill, man. There's not going to be... The Gestapo stormtroopers have been pulled off the streets. There should not be more violence. I think we're going to be good. So we'll go back to drone video. There's the drone video. Oh, isn't that pretty? We can just watch drone videos all night. That'll make it easy. This is Craig's work right here. Craig is flying this drone, and it's following us. Me and Sam and Craig and Rufus and Sammy. All right, so what a lovely day. Oh, yes. Yes. You're right. I do need to leave the house more and do much more of this because once a week is just not enough. And any dog will tell you that. There's the dog park. The dog park's right behind the trees, and then there's a giant soccer field right there on the other side of the trees. So, and there's my beautiful babies. Picking up dog shit. It's the best part of the job. It's finger licking good, you know. Alright, so let's check back in on the protesters, shall we? Let's see, what do we got here? Let's see, what do we have here? Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hey, Max, how's it going? This is Manny.
Hey, Manny, it's going good. How about you?
So how's it feel winning?
The what?
How does it feel winning?
Winning?
Yeah. The federal police and the federal things just went out of Portland and Seattle, apparently.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, they were going to.
They were going to, though.
And
yeah, they're going out. I mean, they were supposed to protect, quote-unquote, federal property, not to get out of that federal property and start attacking the protesters.
Yeah, well, the protesters win. I'm really happy for the protesters. I'm just simply right. I told you this was going to happen, and this is the reason is because the people have the power. Because we watched the people in Portland come together and show who has the power. You know, this is what I talk about always, Manny. If we could just get beyond this fucking left-right bullshit, we have all the power. But they got us divided so that there's just no way that's going to happen.
You know what I think? I think these people really hate Trump, though.
What's
I
that?
think that the whole reason why they were going into the federal courthouse is because the federal courthouse represents a symbol, and this symbol is Trump. So the protesters really, really hate Donald Trump to their guts. So they have to, I don't know, define the symbol of Donald Trump, and that was the federal courthouse. That's what I think.
Well, Donald Trump, you know, he tear-gassed protesters in Washington, D.C. outside the White House so he could cross the street, you know. I mean, there's lots of reasons not to like Donald Trump, and certainly he has shown zero respect to the protesters, so...
I mean, let's be fair, though. Also, the protesters burned a church over there in Washington, D.C. And that's very disrespectful whether or not you have differences of religion, though. But the fact that they actually burned something that a lot of people, that it has meaning for a lot of people, is also disrespectful. But anyways, also in another news, so have you watched the Epstein case? What's going on? All the bombshells that happened, though?
Yeah, what bombshells you got, Manny?
No, well, apparently the picture where Prince Andrew was with the girl, the FBI used to have it for years.
Yeah.
And then they died having it until like the deposition came out like a few days ago. So the FBI knew for years that Epstein was, you know, having orgies with teenage girls. So did Prince Andrew as well.
Yeah, they knew Epstein was. They know who was flying on his plane. You know, they know. I mean, it's it's almost as if they were using him as an asset without his permission. You know what I mean? They were keeping track of what he was doing in order to keep track of other people and build their files so that they have their blackmail files too, just like the Mossad from Jeffrey Epstein.
But at what cost? I mean, he definitely ruined the lives of teenage girls. And some of these teenage girls were as young as 11 years old. So that's straight child rape right there. And Bill Clinton was implicated. I mean, some big names over there, including like the
including the Attorney General of the United States, who was Epstein's lawyer for a while.
Yeah, I mean, that's some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave her a week, and it seems like the week already passed, though, so I mean, I think a lot of people are going down. A lot of people are going down, dude. And just the mere accusation of being that a pedophile is good enough to really kill your reputation, though. So, yeah, it's some crazy stuff right there. And I don't know what's going to happen, dude. Like, I really, this is one of those things that I really think that the book should be thrown to every single party implicated, no matter what, whether they have a D or an R.
Yeah.
Like, they're like the freaking Pope Francis or something like that, though. I don't care. Because this is huge, dude. Like, we just show you who has his hands dirty. That's actually, I think that's the actual swap right there.
Well, I think that, yeah, I'd like to see some justice, man. I think, you know, again, this is the reason the people are in the street, is the people want justice, man. And we don't have that in this country anymore.
No, we have a two-tier system. The ones that have connections, aka the powerful ones, and those regular people. And the regular people are in the school, they're screwed up because they don't have those connections and they don't have that power to get away with stuff.
Yep, I agree. There is definitely a two-tier justice system. You know, if there is a two-tier justice system, then there really isn't justice. There really isn't justice. That's what the facts are, and that's what the people are protesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just want to say hi. You know, keep up with the good job, and smoke up.
Okay, well, we're going. You got plans for the weekend?
Going back to Seattle, though. I'm in Eastern Washington right now, just visiting family.
Oh.
Near the Tri-Cities. I'm by the Tri-Cities. So I'm probably going to go back to Seattle and close up some business, and then I'll see what I'll do next.
Cool. Right on, Manny. Well, okay, well, look forward to talking to you soon. Drive careful.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Okay, see ya. That's Manny. I guess he's not in the Seattle area at this time. He said he's over in eastern Washington. I bet it's fucking hot over there. I should have asked him how hot it was. We're going up on the mountains tomorrow, and we're going to go hike down by the lake with my beautiful babies. There's my beautiful baby. Hi, my beautiful baby. And that is going to be awesome. Gonna be so much fun. Icy cold lake, beautiful babies, sunshine, drone video, kayaking. Too cool, man. Just too cool. And this is one of the things that I'm wanting to point out, is that, you know, we hear these people call, and it's just this doom and gloom. You know, it's going to get so bad. Everything's going to get so bad. It's going to be so bad. You know, the next hammer's about to fall. We're in this, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's going to, and I understand what they're saying, and I understand what they're perceiving. The truth is, what's happening now is all there really is. Okay? We don't know, honestly, what's going to happen. We don't know that. And we don't want to. If we did know what was going to happen, it would not be a very happy life, I can tell you that. But this mystery of what's going to happen, what I can tell you is that I'm looking forward to going to the lake tomorrow. I don't see this doom and gloom. I'm looking to my beautiful garden fucking coming into fruition and making beautiful flowers. I am so looking forward to that. I can't even tell you that. I'm looking forward to all these cool things. I don't know. So if you want to focus on the doom and the gloom and what's coming and that you should be afraid, we should be afraid right now of what's coming. You don't know. You don't know, man. The doom and the gloom is coming. It's coming. And it's coming for you. Hello, caller.
Hey, Max. How you doing?
I am doing good. Who is this?
This is James from Pittsburgh.
Hey, James. Good to hear from you. Thanks for calling, man. What's going on?
Yeah, not much, man. I was just wondering if you were celebrating White History Month. It is the last day of White History Month today.
Uh-huh.
And I want to celebrate one last time. And I was just wondering what you were doing to celebrate.
I'm not doing anything to celebrate. I'm going to the mountains tomorrow, man. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm growing marijuana. I live my life as a free man. Not a white free man, as a free man. So I would recommend that you drop the labels and move forward as a free man. You'll be much happier. Good luck with that. Happy, happy day. Okay, so, and I honestly don't know that I can identify as white. My dad's full-blooded Armenian, and I'm pretty sure Kim Kardashian does not identify as white, so you know. What beautiful babies. Do you see those beautiful babies? They're so beautiful. Oh, man. Should come down and get a shot of them in their face. Go look at them. Go look at my beautiful babies. Not them. Where's the beautiful babies? There's my beautiful babies. You're like, let's go down this trail. Let's go to the water. We want to go to the water and go swimming. We had ice cream on that day. We stopped at the ice cream shop, and me and Boo Bear split a strawberry cheesecake ice cream cone. He was like, oh my God, this is so good. Very warm day. He was chomping on that waffle cone like it was the best thing ever, huh, Boo Bear? It's a good life. Like I said, it's a good life. It's a good life. It's a beautiful life. Don't focus on the doom and gloom unless you don't want to be happy. which a lot of people don't want to be happy. It's like, you know, people who go to the movies to see sad movies, you know. It's like I keep saying, drama doesn't really work for me. I'm not interested in drama. You know, when I talk about dramatic television shows or dramatic movies, I'm just like, it doesn't, I'm not, you know, our lives already have plenty of drama, and I don't want to add more drama to it. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, I kind of just avoid that kind of movie, that kind of TV show, you know. I watch cartoons. I watch, you know, I watch a lot of kung fu movies or the superheroes of the 70s. But the X-Men, I should say, of the 70s. But oh, let's see what I watched this week. I watched Ip Man 4, which was again, got a lot of drama in it. There's so much soap opera in that, and the whole Ip Man series. It's really good. Donnie Yen is amazing, and he's my favorite Jedi by far. But you know, I just, again, the drama is like, oh man. But Ip Man and Ip Man 4, Ip Man comes to America, right? To see if he can get his kid in school, because he's having trouble fighting in school, right? So he wants to get his kid in school in America, and it turns out that like everybody in America is racist, which I thought was a very timely movie, but it was weird. It was weird. It is set back, I think it must be in the 70s or something, probably maybe 60s. Yeah, it's early 70s, late 60s, something like that. Bruce Lee is in the movie, which I thought was pretty interesting. They said Bruce Lee was a student of Ip Man. It's like, wow, that's kind of cool. But what else I saw? Oh, I saw Dragon at Tiger's Gate. That was pretty good. Dragon at Tiger's Gate. That was Donnie Yen also, and it didn't have all the soap opera in it. Little bit of soap opera. Little too much. Again, a little too much soap opera, but had some tremendous fucking effects. So, if you're looking for something, both of those were pretty good. So, I guess we can go back to the drone video. Since the Gestapo stormtrooper goons are off the street and the protesters are now safe, we can check in on them anytime. They can play their music, they can dance, they can wave their American flags. We don't have to worry about the Gestapo stormtroopers setting them on fire. They can make their chalk drawings, and they can smile and dance and do their little chants, and healing, always healing, healing, always healing. Let's see. Okay, so did you see that the Boston Marathon bomber today was a judge overturned his death penalty sentence? So he's supposed to be executed, and a judge overturned the death sentence for him, saying that it wasn't appropriate in this case and that it needs to be re-looked at by another court. They're not saying that he's not guilty, but that he should not be executed, apparently.
Some breaking news out of Boston. Check this out. A U.S. appeals court has just overturned the Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's death sentence. Give me a moment here now. This in the 2013 attack of the Boston Marathon that killed 3 and wounded more than 260 others. Apparently, the judge is telling the... All
right, so I want to come back here. In Wichita, Kansas, there was a driver there, and that driver was confronting protesters. He was just advancing on protesters that were standing right directly in front of him. I didn't want you guys to miss out on that. I thought that was important because that's a good way to get killed. It's a good way to kill people. It's a good way to get killed. We've seen this turn out badly again and again. So just if there's a pedestrian in the street, the pedestrian always has the right of way. If you don't know that or do not understand that a pedestrian should always have the right of way when they are in the street, you should not be driving, okay? Because pedestrians always have the right of way. And if you think some other way in your head, then it's probably going to turn out very badly. And that's why you should not be driving. Pedestrians, 100% of the time, always have right of way. You don't know right of way, you also should not be driving. Look it up. Dancing, dancing, dancing. Ooh, baby. Chanting, chanting, chanting. Here we come. We're marching down the street. We get the funniest looks from every cop we meet. Hey, we're the people. Uh-oh. 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 I gotta do another bong hit. I gotta do one for RS. RS. Kick down $2.50. Fuck yeah. So, with the $4.20 from Pete and the $2.50 from RS, we're up to almost $7. We only need another $4. And we'll make our $10 goal. Hello, caller.
What's up, Mike? It's Two Bronx Star Brandon, man.
Hey, Brandon, it's good to hear from you, bro.
Yeah, it's good to hear they stopped tear gassing y'all asses out there.
Isn't that fantastic?
It is. That's a good thing. So maybe now that'll lower all the animosity and stuff, you know?
Yeah. No, now maybe we can actually start talking, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's all I think they want to be able to talk. But they really want the government to listen, because the government hasn't been listening probably for the past 30 years.
They want the government to admit that there is a problem. That's what they really want, Brandon.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with saying, you know, hey, babe, I fucked up last night. You know, we got to work through it, and that's really what needs to happen.
I think so. But first you have to admit. See, the problem is the government won't admit that they fucked up, right? You know, they won't admit that they got driven out of fucking Portland with their tail between their legs, Brandon.
Yeah, which is I never understood like someone not acknowledging an ass whooping.
Uh-huh.
You know. You got your ass whooped. Now, what you gonna learn from it? The problem is, the only thing they do is fire somebody, and that's the ass whooping.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, and then they blame it on one person.
Yeah.
It don't matter who the fuck it is. One person, you know.
Right.
And normally that person ain't never down there, but, you know, on the front lines anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. They rarely admit any mistakes, and then it's somebody else's fault, and they're just admitting that there was some wrong. But look, this whole thing is broken, and that's the deal. And that's why the people that can't take it anymore. They don't, again, these people on a hot summer day do not want to be marching down an asphalt fucking street, man. Anybody in their right mind should know that.
They're doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of like when you put the baby in the bath water and the water's too warm, like the baby's going to make a noise. I think that's what we're trying to do with this relationship with the government. the water's getting really, really hot right now, and the baby wants to fuck out the tub, you know, and we keep getting louder and louder and louder, and yes, the government they just keep trying to, like, pretending that they don't hear us, you know, like, the left will pretend that it's the right's fault, the right will pretend it's the left's fault, when all I tell you, it's both of them damn fault.
Right,
you know,
exactly. Exactly.
You know, your policies didn't help, and your policies didn't help, and that's what really needs to be done, because like,
it's not. And Brandon, you know, it's not even that it didn't help. It's that your policies are what's brought us to this moment right now. Okay, it's not that they didn't help. It's that you fucking made it worse, and we can't take any more making it any more worse, man. Shit's got to stop.
And that's exactly right. Like, I always like to use the analogy that back in segregation, the South would actually have an extra water fountain and pay for it, or an extra bathroom, just because of the color of people's skin. You know, like meaning people would invest and pay money for that, or what you know, and that type of crazy stuff like that. And it's just like, this damn government, man, it's like, I don't know who's running it, but I guarantee you they're best friends. I mean,
it doesn't seem to matter who's running it. Yeah, they're all buddy.
Yeah, exactly. And and then the bad thing is there's no competition. I mean, look at our two choices for president. There's no good competition.
Yeah, it's just horrific, man.
Yeah, that's how sad it is, man.
I agree.
But,
it's horrible, Brandon. I mean, how can Joe Biden and Donald Trump be the best that the United States of America has to offer for the most important job in the world, right? What a fucking joke, man. What a fucking joke.
Listen, you know, you just might as well just tell your kids, don't worry about trying to be important, because that's the best that we got to offer right now in 2020.
Yeah. It's, you know, again, you want to look forward to the little things, man. It's the little things that make life worth living, you know, and so don't sweat the big stuff.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, hey, let me ask you this, Mike.
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree that Joe Biden has to have a female black VP?
I don't agree that she has to be female or black.
Exactly. Yeah, me too.
But, you know, I think that if Joe Biden was smart, he would simply drop out of the race, dude. And I mean, look, it's embarrassing. I feel bad for him. I don't know how the people around him can let him go out and be, you know, you know, the center of attention. You know, I know that he's not going to be able to make it through his first term as president. You know, again, this is just, it's so embarrassing that this is the best we have to offer for the most important position in the world, Brandon.
And it just shows you that it's a dying class, right? I mean, and all the old people want to keep the status quo, so the only one that's going to give it to them is him or Elizabeth Warren or whatever, you know, or which I don't know. So I don't think she's going to be good anyway.
It can't be.
That's what we're hanging on to.
It can't.
You know, we're hanging on to these relics.
It can't be Elizabeth Warren.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, she has zero credibility. You
exactly.
know, I mean, Donald Trump has already made her the butt of his jokes. So she can't become the center of the campaign. And I'm telling you, they're going to pick Kamala Harris. and it's fucking idiotic. Kamala Harris basically called Joe Biden a racist during the debates, and now she's going to stand next to him, a racist, and he's going to stand next to her, the person that accused him of being a racist. How fucking idiotic is this shit, man?
I think she's damaged goods when it comes to her position on crime and in California, especially with the black community. I think she's damaged goods. Now, if he wins, you can make her an attorney general. You know, that'll be good for her. But yeah, I think she's damaged goods. You know, but it's, oh my God, I don't know what's up, man. Because I remember 4 years ago or whatever, you seen signs in everybody's yard, right? You know who they was voting for or bumper stickers.
Yeah.
I don't see none of that shit now. I don't see like nobody representing anybody. It is that damn iffy. I don't think nobody wants to vote, to be honest.
I don't see any signs either, Brandon, and I think that that's very strange. Although there has been fewer and fewer signs, it seems like, but it seems very, very strange. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, whenever Trump was getting elected, it was like, yeah, fuck the government, fuck Hillary, rah, 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 rah. You know what I'm saying? You don't even hear that now. You don't see the signs, the flags. And it's not because it's a pandemic and Trump don't have a rally. I don't see it. You know, every now and then I'll walk by somebody with a, Trump hat on, which is great. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's just like, I think everybody is really hoping and praying, Mike, just what you said. Biden drops out and somebody popular gets people excited and says thank you, and I don't know who the hell that could be. That would want that job, The Rock.
Well, The Rock would get a lot of people excited. He would. No, yeah. Dwayne's a very charismatic man.
Yeah, and he's mainly Republican.
I thought he kind of leaned in that direction.
Well, he spoke at the Republican convention when Bush was running against Gore.
Huh.
Yeah, when he was with the WWE. But yeah, man, I mean, I think everyone's just praying that a miracle happens. Either, someone, I don't know, catches corona, and that's a wrap. But, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It seems like Herman Cain died this week, so it seems like it's a possibility.
Yeah. Well, I think they got Joe Biden wrapped in bubble wrap, so he don't break a bone. And they feed him. He's just drinking Ensures all day just to stay alive.
I think you're probably right. I think he does have some bubble wrap around him.
Yeah, and he got to pick a fucking. You know who he needs, man? He needs a Sarah Palin type character. Like a woman that came out there and didn't take shit from nobody. That's who Joe Biden needs. Somebody with her character, but a hell of a lot smaller, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Sarah Palin was a very interesting character, and I think he'd probably be pretty lucky to get a character like her. That would be a major distraction off of him,
Oh yeah. Because that's the sleight of hand.
Well, yeah,
that's the entertainment side.
Right. Instead of Saturday Night Live doing fucking dementia jokes about Joe Biden, they'd be doing I can see Russia from my backyard jokes about the the vice president.
Yeah. I know. It is like, I believe after this election, I think the White House needs to be something similar to what the British royalty is. And people run for that office, they are a figurehead of the country, but government runs itself, and they're just figureheads. And people go get tours at the White House, and they go see kids in school, and go, meet and greet, everybody else. And they're the first family. Because this is getting out of hand, man.
It's just crazy world, man. It's just nobody could ever fucking predict this shit, 20 years ago, I don't think. Except for maybe Mike Judge with his Idiocracy movie.
Yeah, that's where we are.
Yeah, seems like where we're headed, anyways.
Man. It's something special. I tell you that much.
Hey, you got plans for the weekend, Brandon?
Well, my oldest daughter just drove in last night. She's in college, so she took a little 4-hour drive out here to St. Louis, and I done cooked on the grill tonight. So
nice.
She's in there with her little sisters and her brother.
Awesome,
yeah, she's
dude.
22. Yeah.
That sounds like the good life there, right there.
Oh yeah, so she's gonna hang out with us for the next 2 days and head on back.
Excellent.
Plus, she's a veteran too, like myself, man. So
cool.
That's what's up. Yeah, but no, that's pretty much it. We decided for our kids just to take classes online and not send them back to school. Because here in Missouri, it was you go to school 2 days a week, by your last name, like alphabet order.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 days of the week, the other group would go. And on Wednesday, they would clean the school, before the next group comes in.
Interesting.
But I'm not trusting the government when it comes to helping my children, so plus my wife, she's academic anyway.
Oh, excellent! Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations, you're a lucky guy. Hope you have a great. I hope you have a great weekend, Brandon.
All right, Mike. You take care, brother.
It's good to hear from you. Stay cool, okay?
All right.
See ya. That's our buddy, 2 Bronze Star Brandon. Two. Okay, so and we have video from Austin, Texas, and Seattle, Washington, and it looks like there's a few people in the street in Seattle. We had Chicago here a minute ago. There was quite a few people there. At any regard, there are still lots of people in the street. I have to get caught up on dabs. I now owe, I owe a dab to RS for his $2.50 donation. Thank you so much, RS. And JD just sent in $3.29. $3.29 from JD. So I have to get one ready for him too. Which brings us to a grand total of $9.99. Just not quite making our goal of $10 for the evening. So if anybody else wants to help us make our goal, I will be happy to do a dab in your honor. And isn't this beautiful video? I love this place where we live. That's NOAA? Oh, that's the NOAA facility, isn't it? Holy shit. That might be some illegal video right there. That may be some illegal video. Don't tell anyone. That's the NOAA facility. And this is the Lake Washington. I believe it's Lake Washington, where we go to the park. I believe it's the park. Ooh, we went to the taco truck before we went to the park, and we got burritos and tacos, and then we went to the park and we ate our burritos and tacos at the park, and I was like, oh my god, this burrito's so good. Oh my god, so good. Alright, so let's see. This one right here is for RS. RS kicked down a donation of $3.50. My big man. No, $2.50. Sorry, $2.50. $2.50. And I gotta get another dab ready for JD, or is it AD? Is it AD or JD? And he sent in $3.29, which brings us to a grand total of $9.99, not quite making our goal of $10 for the day. Unfortunately, I would hate to go another day without making our goal. Yesterday, no donations. It was sad. It was so sad. So sad. But I got over it. Oh, that was pretty hot, man. Okay, I get another one ready. Just a sec. Hold on. Hold on. I get it ready. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Just a sec. All right, so Seattle is marching, going on a little walkabout. It is about 80 degrees in Seattle. Maybe a little bit hotter. So again, it's a hot day. That is a hot day in Seattle, and this isn't what people want. This isn't what they want for their life. Hello, caller.
Hey, Mike. I'll kick you down a penny so you can make your $10 a day goal.
Well, that would be really generous of you, man.
Because it'll cost me $1 to send you a penny, so maybe I'll send you $100 instead. I don't know.
Oh, these guys, man. I have this one person who sends me $1 a month, right? And it's like, it turns out to be like 65 cents because PayPal takes so much out of $1.
Oh, no shit. Yeah. Yeah. Well.
It's always like, and when you get the little email in the Gmail, it says you've got money. So it's kind of like a lottery ticket, and you go to look at it and you go, oh.
Yeah, you got a decent little drummer up there in the left-hand corner of your LA live stream there. Guy looks pretty good.
It's so threatening now that the goon squad aren't in the streets. We just have to worry about the murder hornets now.
Yeah, I think that band is actually attacking the FBI live on YouTube as we speak. So.
Fucking DHS is compiling fucking files on journalists that are reporting the Portland protest. You see that?
It's crazy, dude. No, I did not see that. Where would I see that?
On my YouTube page.
Oh, I'll catch it later, unless you're gonna play it.
I can play it too. I have it here ready to go.
That's amazing. How did you find that out? Who found that out?
It was the MSNBC that was reporting earlier. I can't remember who they said it was that found it out. But it's really fucked up, dude. I mean, this is I can't stand this shit anymore. Where it's people don't get it. You know what I mean? It's like these people are laying their lives on the line, and it's very dangerous. And I mean, it's almost like, when you see these like intelligence reports on journalists and shit, it's almost like they're on the edge of opening fucking re-education camps and make sure everybody thinks correctly when they fucking are in society.
Jade Helm for all the journalists.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Meanwhile, they're slowly killing Julian Assange with COVID-19. They're pumping it into his room in England, and just so they don't have to push the case through. There's about a 1% chance that he won't be extradited to the United States, but just in case that 1% pops up, they got a big pump with a giant vat of COVID-19. They're pumping it into his room, and they're like throwing in insults through the barred gates and everything. It's like, we got you, motherfucker. It's murder by incarceration. It happens all over the world, every fucking country.
To lots of journalists.
Well, Daniel Ellsberg did the exact same thing, and in case anybody's interested, Julian Assange was the last person to publish his own work. The New York Times, The Guardian, Le Monde, and the German newspaper, I don't know, Herr Finkel or whatever that one is, they all published before him, and then he published. So why aren't they on trial? Because that's all he did was publish information. So why didn't you go after all the other? Oh, that's right. Those are legitimate newspapers. And he's not a legitimate journalist. That's why.
That guy, he was sought after by every fucking journalist outlet on the planet to do interviews and explain what was going on with his work. And so whoever it is that wants to say it's not a journalist is a fucking liar, and is a threat again to all of us, to all humanity, because they're like censors and they hate freedom and the exchange of information.
Yeah, I mean he's exactly thorough because I think it was Le Monde, the French. It's like the French New York Times. They published all kinds of stuff that he had hidden and didn't want to publish because it would have endangered. He thought it might have possibly, maybe, almost endangered some person's life. So he's really thorough with what he publishes. But Le Monde publishes all kinds of stuff that he didn't want published. So they actually might have put some undercover operatives at risk or something like that. And Julian Assange is he's got an extremely thorough organization, and unfortunately, he's suffering. And what do you hear his name maybe once a month?
I don't, unless it's a caller talking about Julian Assange. I haven't heard anything in the news about him for at least 2 months.
Well, I heard you guys talking about Sarah Palin a minute ago.
Well,
did you ever see the second version of the Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, they have a scene in that movie where the Manchurian Candidate's mother, who's a senator, is blackmailing all her fellow, probably Republican senators into, they're doing these deals in this back room to try to put forward the Manchurian Candidate as a candidate, and that exact same thing happens in real life when McCain was running against Hillary. They had to put forward a female candidate to kind of fight Hillary,
Yeah.
So they said in their back rooms, they said, well, who can we pick who's a right-wing Republican female? And the best they could come up with was Sarah Palin, and she's only a little bit smarter than Trump, maybe not as. So that's how that happened, is that was a deal made in the back room. And John McCain was the most fucking corrupt motherfucker.
John
Man,
McCain's horrible. He wanted fucking Joe Lieberman as his fucking running mate, dude.
Lieberman.
That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. That's like the most charisma-less person on the planet.
I can't even remember what Lieberman looks like. He's not a senator anymore, is he?
No.
Yeah, but he was definitely a pro-Israel guy. I'll bet you that.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Did you see the Senate hearings this morning with the 3 medical professionals being grilled?
I just saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's
I saw Jim Jordan fucking bad-mouthing the protesters.
Yeah, well, he was just trying to pull Fauci into a trap. That's what he was trying to do. But, you know, the first thing out of the black guy's mouth, the chairman, was, let's not make this bipartisan inquisition. Let's keep it all about medicine. And then the Italian guy comes on and said, yeah, let's do that. And then they all went political right away, trying to kill each other, when it's actually, we're in a unique situation where we're stuck between medical fraud and politics concerning protesters and churches and baseball games and, you know, how much power does the medical tyrannical establishment have over politics? And apparently they have all the fucking power. So we're in a very unique situation, and
which nobody would have guessed. Probably, I mean, you figure they have a lot of power, but you wouldn't have guessed that they had all the power. You know, a year ago.
They managed to scare the population of planet Earth, and the one who holds that leash. If you can scare people, you can control them. It might be like herding cats.
Well, I'm saying you're saying they have all the power. What I'm saying is, by all the power, he means they control the media, they control the government. That's, you know,
right.
and because the media wants that fucking vaccine money as much as the pharmaceutical companies do. You know, and the government wants the pharmaceutical money, you know, regardless of what the fuck they're working on.
Well, you're right. I think there is a political agenda. Like, you know, the old saying goes, don't let a good crisis go to waste. They certainly jumped on this motherfucker. Whether or not there's a big Satan behind the scenes pulling all the strings of the media and the pharmaceutical giants and the Congress and the military, I don't know. But we're fucked as far as having any kind of say in it. I've been radically attacked myself many times, especially yesterday, by simply posting high-quality, truthful medical videos and articles. And so it's not just the doctors that are getting attacked. It's the people spreading the doctor's message that are, like, you know, like myself. I mean, there's no damage to me. It's like, what the fuck do I care? But
who are you? That's what I was saying. Who are you?
The local New Age people is what it is. It's like, you know, don't hit me with your crystal stick. You know?
I don't know who you are. I mean, I you know, I take lots of criticism from lots of different people. I have no idea who you are, so I'm gonna just keep on moving, okay?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like I got old ladies telling me I'm trying to kill them. Literally, that's what one old lady told me. It's like, you're trying to kill me by giving you accurate medical vetted information. I'm trying to kill you. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, well, you heard the guy last night that from this Dolly World trip, right?
Yeah, the guy from Tennessee. Yeah, wasn't he just on?
Last night he was on.
Oh, it was another guy with a southern accent who was just on. Yeah, he was a very smart guy last night. What was his name?
I'm not...
Micah.
Micah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, cool guy, man. I listened to every word he said.
It sounded like a horrific trip to Dolly World, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but you could duplicate that horrific trip probably to any venue, maybe in the South, maybe anywhere. I mean, lack of water and kids
right
passing out and all that shit. It's like, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking no water fountains. That's some bullshit right there. They should have fucking ice water, bottled ice water, right there at where everybody's walking by, just to pick one up and fucking drink it. And it's disgusting that they don't do that.
Well, I think right now the suicides and homelessness have exceeded the casualties from the disease itself. So the people that have gone broke, the people that have committed suicide, and a couple other categories. The people that have suffered domestic abuse from people freaking out and husband beating his wife, and one other category. All those casualties countrywide in America have exceeded the death toll from COVID-19. And you don't get talk about monkeying around with numbers. And the big, I listened to the whole thing all morning, Fauci, Redfield, and some other guy. And Redfield, he's the fourth highest paid person in the government, and he's the head of the CDC, the Center for Disease Control. Fauci's the head of the NIH, I think, National Institute of Health. And they just played softball on those motherfuckers, and they went all political.
Do you have any idea how much the fourth highest paid person in the government makes?
Probably $500,000, maybe more. You know, the president, $250,000 for the president is actually peanuts when you get, when the people who run certain parts of the government get double that, you know.
I think the vice president gets $250,000 and the president gets $400,000. I think.
Well, then you're talking above the president's pay grade, literally, you know. So that guy Redfield, he was unanimated, and he answered softball answers, and they're trying to be as vague as possible. And then the senators are trying to drag him into this side and that side. And it's a clown show of a little bit more complicated type, more complicated than an election, where you just got dumb fucks like McCain and dumb fuck in Alaska and Clinton and Trump and Obama. You know, that's your regular clown show. This is a little bit more complicated of a clown show, because in order to understand it, you got to not only understand the medical information, but you got to understand the roles of these companies, you know, these organizations like the NIH, the AMA, the CDC. Robert Kennedy Jr. called the CDC a vaccine company, you know, and we all know that Monsanto practically owns the FDA. That's how they get.
And Robert Kennedy Jr. is very against forced vaccines and mandatory vaccines and such, right? He's speaking out. He's speaking out. Yeah. Go ahead.
They both say that that just the people that get the regular flu vaccine, you know, every year or every other year, they're far more likely to sustain bodily damage from the COVID-19. So, hey, you know, it's like, that's enough for me. I mean, there's been this pushback against vaccines for such a long time, and I avoided it, and then, because I thought, I'm not smart enough to go into medical stuff. But when the COVID-19 came along, I dived right in. And I'll tell you right now, if you take zinc every day, the COVID-19 won't be allowed to attach to your cells. And the zinc doesn't have to be in conjunction with the hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine is more of it kills the virus, but the zinc prevents the virus from attaching to the cell. So
research stuff like that, and be very careful about what you're taking. You don't want to overdo it on anything, whether it be something as common as zinc or whatever else.
Well, you know me, I'm a motherfucking bricklayer, dude, and I don't know shit about medicine. I haven't been to a doctor in 45 years. You know, if I get stabbed, I just put some duct tape on it and go out and work in the garden, you know. But I had to dive into this because I wanted to be able to hold my own in a debate, and even underneath that, on top of that, I want to know the truth, you know. And so the level of the scam being played against us is so gigantic, it might take